Super Falcons of Nigeria will play against Egypt tomorrow, and that will be the most important game of their tournament so far. Now, having lost the first game against Malawi, and of course a narrow, hard-fought 1-0 victory against what's their name again? Zambia, right? Made it very, very interesting. Now, the group is an interesting group as it stands, with Malawi leading the group, followed by Nigeria in second place, Zambia in third, and of course tomorrow's opponent, Egypt, in fourth. Now, a lot of people have come up with, it doesn't make sense. Why is Nigeria second? These have been explained over and over again. CAF prioritizes head-to-head over goal difference. That's why Nigeria currently sits at the second place on the table. And also remember that in this particular situation, only 2 teams can qualify from each group. There's no best loser, third place, and all those things. So it is as straightforward as it gets. But it can also become complicated should Nigeria win and Malawi lose to Zambia. At that point, the 3 teams in the group will be tied on 6 points. And like I said again, goal difference is not a major factor. So there's a scenario where either an elimination method where results against the tied teams and goals scored can become an important factor. You understand? But the first thing is that we need to win our game. Just win our game first, and let's see what happens. Now, in this video, and special credit to Dr. Victor Ademola, he's the one that took this video. One of our journalists who is currently with the Super Falcons in Morocco. So he has been doing a wonderful job, and this was their training session ahead of tomorrow's game. As you guys can see, they are in high spirits, getting ready and all that. It is going to be very tricky tomorrow, considering the fact that the game between Zambia and Malawi is out of their control. So we can only watch that one to observe what happens. Win our game, Malawi win Zambia, easy qualification. Win our game, Zambia defeat Malawi, then we start calculating again and looking at the possibilities again, right? But one advantage we have is head-to-head advantage over Zambia. In a scenario where we draw and then that other game ends in a draw, we automatically qualify. You understand? So the permutations, the calculations are very valid. But again, this is also a reason why it is always important to just take your chances and win your games early, right? To avoid scenarios or situations of 1 + 1, and all those calculations that is now going to be happening as a result of, or let me say, before, during, and after tomorrow's game, right? So it's very simple. And again, the game between Malawi and Zambia is also going to be very interesting, because the Zambians, I don't think they will want to lose back-to-back matches. So they will fight, they will give it all. But then, at the end of the day, we'll have to now look at what the table will be. The most important thing for the Super Falcons is to progress to the quarterfinals, so that a very good chance of going into the semi-final, which will enable them qualify for the FIFA World Cup that will be played in Brazil next year. You understand? So that's very, very, very important at this stage. Progress to enable us qualify for that World Cup. Because again, historically, Nigeria I think they've qualified in every single World Cup, maybe in the last 20 years, right? Female World Cup. So missing out on this one will be very, very strange. When it comes to the male national team, a lot of talks about how they don't always deliver. We trust the ladies and all those stuff. Hopefully, it will not be in vain. they'll be able to scale through tomorrow, whether by luck and by their own efforts. And it is also important that we win our own game, because these people seem to paying more attention to what Malawi and the Zambia will play. I've seen a scenario where the other game works out for us, but failure to take our own chances become a problem. You understand? So that is that. Prepare, do your best, and then let's see what happens. What do you guys think? Drop your comment in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video.